Hello and welcome to another episode of Hashtag Leadership, What's on Your Mind. This is a series to inspire you on your leadership journey. I'm going to be talking to business owners and high performance people to share their story and also add value to your leadership story. So today I'm really excited. We've got May on the line. May, how are you doing?
Hi, Stu. I'm good.
Good, excellent. So I'm really excited to have May on today. We've just finished working together for 3 months, and May is over in the Philippines, of all places. So fingers crossed the signal stays all right this time. So we've got 20 minutes to learn a little bit more about May. She's in network marketing. She's had some phenomenal results over the last 3 months. I'm really excited for her to share with you her journey. So I'm going to click start, May. And we've got 20 minutes. So, mate, say hi, introduce yourself, and tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay. So, hi, I'm May from the Philippines. Background, I'm a licensed pharmacist by profession, and then I just started with this Young Living journey. It was just out of curiosity, and then after 6 months, I just decided to do it seriously. And then luckily the business grew. And then at the same time, I also grew. And then I developed leaders as well. Then after I have attended Stu's leadership coaching training bootcamp, it really helped me a lot. Like I improved also myself, how to handle people, how to grow my team. And then it was an amazing increase because since April, we just started April, and then March, because it was 90 days. So April, it grew like 80% of the current increase in the sales volume, because I was targeting at least like at 20% of it. And then I developed 5 leaders also under me. And then before we had this coaching training, I just had 1 leader. So it's personal development really helped me grow the business, and it gave the team also the momentum to increase.
That's really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
really.
tell me a little bit about, we're talking about leadership today. When did you have any inkling of any leadership before you came into, like in your previous roles, in your previous experiences? When did your leadership journey start?
Actually, I cannot pinpoint really as to where, because I'm shy. I'm a shy person, so it really wasn't like a plan or something that I see myself before, because I don't have any sales background. I'm a little bit of an introvert. So, yeah.
That's really interesting to dig into that, because I've mentioned, haven't I, and we've mentioned, and some of the reactions you've had from your growth and your personal growth, not just business growth. Where's that come from? And again, you've not suddenly turned into an extrovert. And again, we have these natural traits. What would you say has been, and again, this is you doing this, it's great to see your confidence grow. Where do you think you would say the biggest things that you've implemented, or the things that have made that happen? Because there'll probably be quite a few people listening who are not the stereotypical, what they would see as a leader standing up, and almost that goes into dictatorship, which obviously we don't go into. But where does that, in your experience, obviously you've lived that in the last 3 months, and you've seen some great confidence and great feedback from how you've developed. So what's that look like from your point?
So basically, I just really acknowledge it. Like I feel that what's something that is lacking, I just acknowledge it, and then I just go out of what they call the comfort zone, and then I really applied, like put into action, like what I have learned during the 90-day training. And then and that's it. It's more of the implementation, and then there's this action, and then it I think it resonates. I had this law of attraction that people, that my team and my members are also following. So it started really within me. Like it's just a matter of like making a decision. Yeah, it's going outside of the box.
Yeah, that's so true. And again, I'm just sitting here thinking, I remember our first conversation, and I know that you weren't even talking as much as you are now, and it's great. And to have the confidence of bringing you on an episode, that's a fantastic experience for me to have, and you to have as well. It's great to see you on camera talking, and it's been great to see you grow. So it's just fab. So tell me a little bit about some of the things that you've seen you have an impact. And what I'm kind of sort of alluding to is, can you tell the story about the Zoom experience that you had about creating a platform for people? And again, it wasn't initially taken on board, was it? But then we have that consistency and then building up momentum. So could you tell that story?
Yeah. Okay. At first, before when we had this leadership training, I was so like, I'm a little bit of frustrating, and then there's a lot of questions already within myself. How come people are not following? Or if I invite, like if we have this Zoom call, nobody shows up. So I was like thinking, what's lacking in me? How come people don't like? There's nobody's following. Like I've given them all the opportunity to join, and then after that training, it helped me realize it's like getting bits and pieces already, like answers already in my mind before. Like personal development really helps. Like I have this what you call like a structure already on what to do, how to manage, and it always boils down into our deeper self, recognizing it, and then once you acknowledge it, you apply. So I think that helped people also realize like I can see how can I like how I show, like how I talk to them. It's really the inner growth, although you cannot really see, it's not tangible, but you can really feel that there's really this change. Like there's this confidence, there's this I feel that I'm empowered to share. So it's something like that. So yeah.
I remember you saying as well, because I was very much at the start of that when we started working together, wasn't it? And you were getting great content out there, you were adding value to people around you.
Yeah.
And I totally, there was that little bit of frustration, wasn't there, about I'm trying to do my best.
Yeah.
But then that consistency kicked in, isn't it? You didn't give up.
Yeah, I didn't give up. Yeah.
And what happened over time was other people were telling other people they should come and check you out and come and you're giving great value. So you've gone for that whole thing of, is that going away from telling to actually showing, and the people that are in your inner circle become your, sometimes say salespeople, don't they? They're doing the attraction for you if you're modeling your leadership. So, okay, fab. Thank you very much for that, because that's one of the things, again, when you're talking about, and again, some people do certainly say that it's not tangible, some of the results, but I see that as quite a tangible growth in your acting. So linking what you've just talked about then to authenticity, what's that been like in your journey of leading people? Like being yourself, being you, showing up and not trying to compare yourself to others, or be something is just like a process-driven leadership.
Yeah. Being authentic is like just showing to them, like I just tell my story, like my journey, how I started before, how I overcome this fear of talking actually to people, because that's one of my weakness actually before. Like when I talk to anyone, like it scares me. It's like it's really not inside my comfort zone. So it's really it's a decision, like a choice you have to make. Like if you really have to improve, you need to step out and then Yeah, and that's it. And then once you're in that zone, and then when you practice like over and over again, like there's this consistency, and then it will become your comfort zone already later on. So yeah, so that's why I'm here now. I'm talking to you in front of you.
Yeah, that's so true, isn't it? That little bit. And again, sometimes when we look to improve ourselves or improve on a weakness, people subconsciously don't realize that they're actually talking about leaping forward into this new skill. And that's quite daunting. And I think you're a prime example of just taking little steps and slowly building that comfort zone and getting it bigger and testing, rather than just going right all in and then not feeling great about the whole situation. So looking at, so what we are in leadership, and especially in network marketing, which you are, we're in dealing with people, aren't we? We're dealing with people, currency, relationships, communication, feedback. Give us some examples of where that has sometimes been challenging and some of the things that you have learned over time that works really well.
Yeah. It's basically learning or knowing the people, like the members under you. It's like, because not all of them that you're really on the same page. So it's a matter of like knowing them, and then just also give them the freedom. Like for example, if we don't want the same way, I'll just give them the freedom to do it. But as long as I'm there, I'm just guiding them, just showing them that there's this better way. So it's just up to them also. So the challenge is more of like dealing people that are not on the same page. But overall, I have noticed they at first they say no, but later on they follow. So, and that person is one of the leaders actually right now. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Because again, I remember us talking at one stage saying that a lot of leaders think that the blueprint for how they got to leadership and how they got to success is the blueprint for everybody. That is a blueprint that you can help and support and guide. But who's to say other people have the same results but on a completely different path? And sometimes that's the realization, and that's a great example of what you just said then, is that people, it's that self-discovery, and that brings giving them empowerment of their leadership journey as well.
Yeah.
I was going into coaching mode. I was going to write something down. It's jumped out of my head what I was going to say then. So looking forward, what's the future look like for you? What are you going to be like? What's the next push out of your comfort zone? What's the next direction with your team and just your leadership? How are you going to grow and develop?
I would start like to pass on also to my existing new leaders. I'll just be authentic and just share what I have learned through this journey, and then I'll just create through that. I can create also more leaders as well. So eventually, so I'm projecting a target, like how many leaders will be later on that I'm projecting. Soon enough, you'll be there also. Yeah.
Awesome. So I've done a couple of questions recently on social media that obviously we're up to, I think this is episode 9 already, about what people would ask leaders, ask business owners. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions now, so that have been asked by audience, people listening and watching. So this is quite an interesting one, because not a lot of people sometimes stop and think about this, but what drives you? What's your passion to do with becoming a leader, that lifelong learn journey? What drives you, and where do you get your passion from?
Okay. Yeah. Everything, like all of this just boils down to my why. My biggest why is really my family. Like it's also something within me aside from my family. It's within me. It's like I wanted to show also, like there's like moms, especially like helping moms to be like know their self, like being like helping themselves, that we have this unique we're unique individuals, that we have these capabilities that we can be ourselves, and later on we can have this like we call inner space, and then have this freedom even if we're moms. So it's more of that thing. I have that core, like that value in me, like it's more of the showing, like they empower women or moms out there. Yeah, that we can, it's really possible to do it. Yeah.
I think
And
you're, and I think a lot of people, and you're a massive example of this, that it doesn't happen overnight. How long have you been driving to where you are now?
the journey was for 3 years already. Yeah, and then the I really seen that, like a 360 degree change when I started this leadership coaching training. So that was the turning point, actually, with
Oh,
the
thank you
growth
very much.
of the growth of the business. Because before I was just stable, and then there was this increase, but it was just like there was this, it was stagnant, wasn't moving. So it was just going smoothly. But after I attended, like I joined this leadership bootcamp, it turned more than 100% of growth. Like not just in me, but also to the team. And I built, it's like I replicate also leaders as well. I built five, because before I just started with one leader, but now I have five already. So yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's
was an
exciting. I can't wait to be
yeah,
part of your journey moving forward as well. It's really exciting, isn't it, when you see you've been on a really great journey, but
yeah,
it's really empowering when you see others as well, and you can
yeah,
have part of that journey as well, and breed and bring people together as well.
yeah. And then
So,
actually I keep on telling them, you really need to, because here in the Philippines, like being, like joining into a personal development, they don't see really the value, because they cannot, it's not tangible, so they really don't value it. So right now I can see really the difference. So that's why I'm coaching them, like you need to join, and you need to have this like you dig first really into yourself, like so that you know how will you be as a leader. So you need to first develop yourself first. So yeah, that's what I did. And then yeah, it's showing.
awesome. So we've got enough time for probably a couple more questions, but I think really what you were saying then about having I'm really passionate about pushing out the process,
Yeah,
which we do obviously on the course, but it's not necessarily, this isn't meant to be like a massive sales pitch for me,
yeah.
but it's finding the person. And I think
First.
really what you were saying then is really important, is accountability,
Okay.
um, but having that accountability for doing something rather than nothing. And I think you said it really well then. So probably last question, or last couple of questions, and we'll finish off. But regarding to obviously the last step in the 7-step program, the Unlock Your Leadership Potential model is all about success and understanding success. So if I was to put you on the spot and say, who either, it can be somebody you know, it can be within your business, it can be somebody famous, who do you look for inspiration in leadership? Who are you kind of, we talk on the course, don't we, about modeling excellence and looking at what people are doing around you just to give you a different perspective. Who comes to mind when you look at leadership?
The person that really is like a model to me is, you have met her. It's actually her name is Kai. Yeah, yeah, and then she really, like, I feel that she has this value. It's not just more on like the business or the building side, building stuff. It's really the values. Like it has to be within me. Like I need first to ask myself how I should be as a leader. So, and then once I acknowledge it, I see I have these core values. It won't be easy to take the lead and show to people. So how is it done? So basically, the building process and the growing the team will just um, go out naturally once you start it within you. So it's basically me as myself, like the personal growth. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I love that. So we're going to finish on that's a great finish, really, and I can't wait to hear and continue keeping in contact with your fantastic family. I know me and Jason have a chat every now and again, don't we?
Yeah.
So, May, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the timer because we have 10 seconds left. So I think that's great timing for us. So, May, thank you so much for coming in and doing an episode. And we will stay in contact. And everybody who's listening, I hope you enjoyed that, and it gives you a perspective on your leadership journey and gives you something to think about. If you like what you're listening to, please on your podcast provider, subscribe. It'd be great if you could give us a review. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified if you hit the bell. You'll be notified every time we release a new episode. So, May, thank you again for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Stu. Thank you also.
And we'll see everybody next week. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.